Hello everyone, Professor Toybox here along with Princess Jasmine, and today I'm going to start building the desert toy box that I showed you in my previous episode. I've already taken the liberty of putting down my Jasmine's Palace View power disc to set the sky, and I've used the boombox over here to turn off the music. I've also got my Sands of Time power disc on the base, and so we'll go ahead and set our terrain theme to be the Sands of Agrabah. So set that to be my theme, and then cancel out of that. Okay, now this is the orientation that we started with in this toy box, and I want to start near the entrance of the toy box, and so I'm going to build the upper desert first. And now that I have the sky, and I know that the palace is over there, I know I'm going to be building off in that direction. Now before I start building, there's a potential problem that I want to address that you may or may not be aware of. You can build outward in any direction that you want to go, as far as you want to go. You can build upward as far as you want to go. But you cannot build downward as far as you want. The toy box has a bottom boundary that you cannot go past. And the first time I built this toy box, I ran into this boundary, and I made a clip of it because I want to show you that. So here's Aladdin standing on the cliff above the oasis in the lower desert. The terrain block for the desert floor down there is right at the bottom boundary of the toy box. Now watch what happens when I drop down to the desert floor. Did you notice that the screen got brighter? It's almost like it's starting to get washed out in white. You can really tell by looking at the cliffs. They're not as dark as they had been. And if I go into spark mode and try to go downward, you'll notice I can't go any lower than the bottom of this terrain block. And that's because it's right at the bottom boundary of the toy box. Now, if I go back upward to the top of the cliff where I started, and I come out of spark mode and exit the editor, notice the screen color goes back to normal. I don't know why they added that effect. The brightness only changes when you're playing, not when you're building, and it seems to me it'd be more useful when you're building, but at any rate, it's a problem that I want to avoid. Now, since I'm starting in the upper desert, the terrain is going to drop some 15 blocks over the course of the build, and I want to make sure I start building up high enough so that I don't run into this brightness problem. So as I start, I'm going to line up this terrain block here, and I'm going to start building up high enough and put my terrain block way up here. And that's where I'll place my first piece of terrain. And then I'm going to come back down here and grab the start pad and take it up there. And that was up a little bit high, but I'd rather be higher than not high enough. This was up pretty high. There we go. And actually, I think we want to put that around like that. And we'll drop it right there. Okay, so the first piece of terrain is down. And I'm going to build this out such that it's 5 of these large blocks across. So that'll be the middle block. And we'll put 2 on this side. And I'm going to put 2 on the other side. And I'm doing just 5 across because I'm really more interested in distance that direction than I am in the width. Because the whole point of this toy box is chasing that scarab, and I want to chase it over a long distance. But it's got to be wide enough so that it doesn't look like it's just a long, narrow strip of land. So we're going to start with that, 5 blocks straight across. And we'll go ahead and come over here and pick up some of these slopes. And we're going to put this down on this side so that the first one is right on this corner. And I'm going to put another one right there. And then we'll come on down to this end of it, and I'm going to put this one right on the end of this block. Like that. and one right next to it. And so now we have the first row of terrain. Now for the second row, I'm going to come over and let's see, let's start over on the other end because that's where my screenshot goes. And we're going to pick up this large slope. I'm going to come down and drop one right here, just like that. And then I'm going to pick up this smooth terrain slope. Nope, not that one. Let's see, this one. Smooth terrain slope 5. And this one lines up perfectly with that slope on the right and the slope up in the back. And we'll put that there. I'm going to put another one down right next to it, just like that. And then we'll come back over and pick up this large slope. And we're going to put down a few of these here along the middle. Because initially, for the descending slope, the one that the player is going to be going across, I want there to be no boundaries or no sand dunes in the way. I want a nice smooth slope going downward. And then on this side, let's see, we have 3 blocks left. So for this, we're going to put in, not that one, but this one. And that lines up with the back and the side, just like that. And then on the back side of this, let me see here. Yeah. So on the back side, we'll put down, I think it's another one of these. Yeah. So this lines up just like that, and just like that. And so you can see we're making this kind of hilly. I don't want it to be flat, and I don't want just a row of those slopes down because that's just really boring. And so this way it mixes it up and it makes it a little bit more interesting. So there's our second row of terrain. Okay, so for the third row, well, before we actually get there, we need to put down some flat pieces here. So I'm going to come back, pick that piece up, and put it down. And we'll come over to this piece, because down on this end, we're going to need to make sure, if we don't put a piece right under here, we're going to have a gap where this terrain piece connects to the next piece. So I want to make sure that that gap is filled. So we'll put that one down, and I'm going to put another one down here, and another one down like that. And same over this direction. Yeah, just let me double check here. All right, so actually instead of that piece, I want to put down another one of these, because this is going to come out and be flat. And I want to line this up so that it's lined up along that boundary, just like that. Okay, and then we'll put down another one right over here next to it. Yeah. And for this one, we're going to come up and put this one up here, connected like that. And again, we're just putting down some flat pieces here so that when I put the next row down, I don't have any gaps. All right. Now let's come over and pick this piece up and put it back down. That gets us over to this section of the drawer. And I'm going to put down this piece right here like this, with this curved edge on it. And again, that adds some visual interest, so I like that. And on the other side, we're going to pick up, let's see, not that one. It's actually this one. Is it that one? No, sorry. I'm looking at my screenshot. I can't even tell my pieces apart. Okay, this is the one I want. And right next to it is its mirror, which is right there. There we go. That looks a little cleaner. Okay, so now we have kind of a nice, interesting sloped area over here. Coming down over here like this. And then we'll go ahead and put down a corner piece here. Just like that, if I can get it to line up. It's so touchy. There we go. So you can see it's kind of going up again a little bit. Yeah. And then on the other side, over here, I'm going to come back and pick up the terrain block that we put underneath here and drop it, which gets us to that part of the drawer, and we'll put another one down here. And this is the block that the outpost is going to sit on later. And then once again, come over to the right. We're going to put down a few of these pieces, and this time it's going to be this piece here. We're going to drop it down like that. And then we'll rotate it and put another one right here like this. Yeah. And then, I'm looking at this and it doesn't quite line up. Something's not lining up. Well, I know I need another one of these, so let's pick that up, put it down, and I'm going to drop this, whoa, drop this piece right here like that. Oops, no, not that button. I hate when I do that. All right. I needed to press A. That's what I needed. And actually, I see what I did wrong here. Okay, this piece should not be that piece. This piece should be that piece. Turned like that. That is the right piece. Okay, that makes more sense. You can build your toy boxes and think you've got it all figured out, and then it's not quite the way you had it. Let's see. Once again, large corner slope. This time we want to line it up with the flat edges on the back and left and the slope on the right, just like that. That's what we want. Okay, so now we got that row of terrain. And again, this is where the outpost will sit. There's a little narrow corridor here, and then some hills over on that end. So that's good. Okay, let's come back over here next, and we'll keep building this out. And let's come down here and pick this up and put it down, which again gets us back over to this part of the drawer. And what I want to do here, there is a piece right here that we're going to stick on this end that's got two peaks on each corner. So we're going to drop that there, and then we'll come over to that piece and put that on this side. So now that's starting to slope downward again. Yep. And then on the other side, I believe, not that piece. I think that's the one I want. Let me double check. No, that's not the one I want. There we go. I think that's the one I want. Or no. Sorry about that. This is, no, this is the one I want. No, that doesn't match up either. Not that this is overly important, but I kind of want this to match up. I think that is the one I'm interested in. The only problem is this is sloping the wrong direction here. Let's try it anyway and just see what happens here. Because I may be correct in just not seeing it. And on this side, we wanted that. Yeah, this is correct. Okay. We're all right. Sorry, as you get older, this kind of thing happens from time to time. All right, then we'll place another one of those blocks under there like that. And now on this end, we'll place a row of these. And once again, we'll add some slopes on top of that. So I'm going to pick this one up, put it down, grab the piece right next to it, and we'll put down a couple of these. Like that. So there we go. All right. Now on this side, we'll pick this one up again, and this time we're going to put it like this so that it lines up, so it matches the slope on the right and the one in the back. And then we're going to do the exact same thing again, like that. And we'll pick up this large corner hill one more time. And drop that in there just like that. And do the same over here. Here we go. And then I need a couple of flat pieces underneath that. Make sure that's lined up on the back. And that sits in there like that. So that looks pretty good. Okay. Now, next row. Grabbing my screenshots here. And let's see here. I want to use another corner slope, which is going to be this one. A little further down. Too far. We're going to line it up with this corner, just like that. And then we'll grab this one next to it and put that down, just like that. And then over here, I'm going to grab this one in the back, so we're going to use this again. And we're going to put it right down here like this, so that it matches in the back and on the left. And we'll do another one down here, like that. And then once again, a line of these. And then on this side, we need another one of these, like this. And one of those, And then let's see which is the one that lines up over here. Not that one. Not that one. Nope, not that one. Takes a little bit of finagling here to figure out which one I'm dealing with. Nope, not that one. Well, is it? It's got to be one of, there it is, that's the one. I think I had that earlier and I just didn't see that it was matching up the way I wanted. Okay, that's the one I wanted. That's the correct one. All right, and then we'll grab this large corner slope one more time. This is going to sit like that. And now you'll notice we have a bit of a gap right here. So we need something underneath this block. And so because of that, I'm going to put down another large terrain block that will cover, or rather support, all four of those blocks above it. Just like that. And we'll need another one of these up under here. Okay. So that's looking really good. All right, back over to this end. I like how hilly that looks. That looks really natural. It's not boring looking, so I like that. The slopes really give it a lot of visual interest, which is necessary for this to work. Otherwise, it just looks boring. Like I said, you don't want a nice flat desert. You don't want anything that looks too flat. Okay, so we'll have that, and I need to put down a large block under here. I'm going to have some seams. So I need something underneath that corner that I just put down, and I've also got some blocks back there that need something under it to plug the seam. So we'll put that down like that. And this little corner here on the right is where the oasis is going to sit. So that's good. And then once again, come back over to this large corner slope. And this will sit in here, let's see, like that. Nope, that's not the one. And that's not the one. I've got my screen grabs and I'm looking right at them, but just not matching what I'm looking for. I want it sloped down on the side over here. And it's not this corner that's doing that. And that doesn't line up. That's the one I want. Okay. And then this is the one I want here, I think. See, that lines up over there. And I know I want this corner here on this side, but that's not right. I think maybe what I'm looking for here is one of these. Not that one, but that one. There we go. Because that's got the slope upward, and that matches everything. Okay, that's the one I'm looking for. Yep. And then, let's see. On here we want this corner piece. We're going to put this one like that. And I'll just go ahead and add this corner while I'm right here so I can make sure I have that. And then I want to pick up another one of these large flat terrain blocks. And this one is going to go not there, but right there. I'm going to skip that little section in the middle for right now. And I'm just looking at my screen grabs again. Okay. Pick that one up, put it down. And we'll grab the corner, put that over here, like that. This piece next to it goes right here. And then once again, we need a flat piece. So I'm going to pick this up, put it down, grab the one next to it. And this goes on the end, right there. Okay. Now for the next row, get this one lined up over here, like that. And we're going to put down another slope. Pick that up, put it down. We're going to come back over here and spin it around. So just like that. And this piece is going to come down right in front of that. Just so you can kind of see where we're going with this. And back here, the next piece I need, let's see, we've got a slope on that side. So we're probably going to want, is it this one? Yeah. So this one's going to sit right in here like that. That's good. And then we'll grab the corner, put that in over here. It's funny how this is a lot more complicated now that I'm trying to build this for the second time. When I built this the first time, I was just kind of experimenting and seeing what would work. And now I'm trying to actually duplicate what I had. And not that it has to be necessarily precise, but I want you to see what I had before. Okay, so there's that. And then over here, we're going to put down the corner. Just like that. That's looking good. Now, on this side, let's see here. So we've got this large slope there. And interestingly, we come back over to the left. What's puzzling me is that I've got this piece showing here and not a large piece, so I must be doing something on that next row that I'm not seeing right now. I'm kind of hoping I'm not turned around with my screenshot here, because I'm wondering if maybe I'm actually looking over here. That's why it's not lining up. Okay, that makes sense. So this piece has to go under here in this corner like that. That makes more sense. Okay, and then we slide over here, and yeah, then we've got the large piece underneath here. And that makes sense. Okay, so that looks good. And then over on this end, and I think we're just about done for the day here. Okay, so on this end, I think we're looking actually at another one of these pieces. Like that. Yep. And then another flat piece. And we'll be putting some sand dunes too on top of that, so even these sections that look a little bit flat aren't going to stay that way. And then the last thing I want to do, let's come over here to this end. Because I got this little section sticking out up here, and it needs a flat piece underneath it. There we go. Make sure we're lined up. So just like that. Okay. And then next to that, let's go ahead and put one more row in, and then the upper desert will be finished here. I'm going to pick up this large slope. We're going to put it down here, and I'm actually going to leave that edge. It's not going to match up with that edge on the left there. It doesn't have to be perfectly matching everywhere. So that's nice. And then I want to put down another one of these over here, like this. So it matches on that side and on the back, like that. And back to the slope. And let's see, there's that one, and then this one, like that. I'm going to flip this around, and we'll put another one over here, like this. And then this one has to sit like that. And once again, we need a flat piece underneath that. And there we go. All right. I think that's enough for today. This video's gone on a little longer than I was expecting it to. But that's it for the upper desert for the most part. The upper desert terrain is mostly in place. Next time I'll finish that out and I'll build the terrain for the lower desert, including the canyon maze. Before I sign off for the day, I want to let you know that I do not have a floor plan for this toy box, so if you visit my blog looking for one, you won't find it. it really didn't make sense for this toy box because it's just terrain contours, and honestly the best way to build it is to just watch the video. Be sure to subscribe to my channel or follow me on my blog so you don't miss the next episode. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.